Hi there, hi there, hi there. There, we'll get this right sooner or later. Welcome to the Call to Cinema. This is my movie library. I'm Aaron, and I've changed this perspective around for a little bit at least tonight. And we have some big announcements to talk about, some really big announcements to talk about today. There were, as far as, maybe there's more, but there were three at least announcements today. Two from MVD Rewind. Hey there, William. Hey there, Chris. And one from Criterion. It's a tiny one, but we'll talk about it anyway. I've got my extremely tiny martial arts collection because out of everything that I own, martial arts is the one thing that I'm lacking in the most. Hey, George, welcome, man. Like 110%, I'm lacking in martial arts films, probably more than anything else. I just remembered a couple that I got that I'll get up and bring over here in a little bit. But first, let's talk about the announcements. So who heard about the big announcements for today? We'll leave the Criterion one for last, but MVD did an announcement first. So let's talk about that. Hey there, Mike. I am in Nova Scotia, Canada. Welcome, dude. I'm originally from Newfoundland, but welcome to the cult. I'm close to where they made the movie My Bloody Valentine at. And eventually, once this whole thing gets lit up, hey there, Mark. We're talking the big announcements tonight. So one of the big announcements, I got on my small phone. Don't have my big phone. On my iPad for some reason because I couldn't find the picture. Was this? They announced, and I was asked about this one recently. Somebody said that the British Columbia. Oh, really? Anne Murray. My mom's a really big fan of Anne Murray, actually. So, Mikey, officially coming from MVD Rewind. It was official before. I said it on my channel. People doubted me. But there you go. Mikey is coming from MVD Rewind. But that's not all. One we're going to dive deep into. As soon as I can get this bloody iPad open because it just said I had to do an update later on. So what it did was it said, okay, let's go to the photographs. So we saw this be announced before MVD Rewind. It's a Bolo Young double feature. And two good ones too, Bloodsport and Ironheart. Hey there, AME. You're going to like this show. But the big announcement, the biggest announcement today, I think we all know it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us are going to get this. It's from Criterion. And it's actually decently priced. I checked the Criterion price. 74 American right now, and 124 American regular to buy. And these never go for street dates. Yeah, this is what's going on tonight. This is where we're talking martial arts tonight, guys. So that's going to be our big focus. So Bruce Lee, his greatest hits. For some reason, you can't see the yellow over here, but this is a yellow box. Oh, there we kind of go. The Bruce Lee box set looks amazing. How amazing. Well, luckily what I did, because I thought ahead this time. Oh, yes, I am. Ryan, I am talking about the amazing box set coming from. And what amazed me is when they said the Bruce Lee box set on Criterion, William, I said, okay, it'll be like the other Bruce Lee box sets. But no, this one actually includes Enter the Dragon. So if you're familiar, Enter the Dragon is from a different company. So it's never been included in a box set before, along with the other Bruce Lees. So interesting there. So this is some of the stuff that it has. This is what's been announced so far, okay? Yeah, this one with John Saxon. So it's got 4K digital restorations of Fists of Fury, The Big Boss, Game of Death, The Way of the Dragon. I'm guessing Enter the Dragon already had one. Yeah, 2K digital restoration of the rarely seen 99-minute 1973 theatrical version of Enter the Dragon, and a 2K digital restoration of the 102-minute special edition version of Enter the Dragon, which most of us had on VHS or DVD. Alternate audio soundtracks for the film include original English dub tracks and a 5.1 surround soundtrack for the special edition version of Enter the Dragon. So Enter the Dragon is going to get a special 5.1 surround sound. There's going to be 6 audio commentaries on this set. We've got The Big Boss with Bruce Lee expert Brandon Bentley, the Big Boss, Fist of Fury, Game of Death, and Way of the Dragon by Hong Kong film expert Mike Leader. And on special edition of Enter the Dragon, we got producer Paul Heller. And since I don't have the special edition of Enter the Dragon, I don't know if any of that stuff is carried over stuff. There is a high definition presentation of Game of Death 2, the 1981 sequel to Game of Death. Game of Death Redux, a new presentation on Lee's original Game of Death footage produced by Alan Canavan. New interviews on all 5 films with Lee Bog for Matthew Polly. New interview with producer Andrew Morgan about Golden Harvest, the company behind Hong Kong's top martial arts star, including Lee. New program about English language dubbing with voice. This one really interests me. A new program about English language dubbing with voice performers Michael Kay, the English language speaking voice of Lee's Chen Zhen in Fists of Fury, and Von Savage. New interview with author Grady Hendricks about the bluesploitation subgenre. That's going to be amazing. Following his death. Blood and Steel, a 2004 documentary about Enter the Dragon. Multiple programs and documentaries about Lee's life, including Bruce Lee, the Man and the Legend, Bruce Lee in his own words, interviews with Linda Lee Caldwell, many of his collaborators, etc., promotional materials. And yes, it will have English subtitles, translations, subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, and there's going to be an essay by Jeff Chang. Is there a Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee movie? Well, there is, Alan, actually. Well, not a movie per se, but Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee do fight in one of his films. Chuck Norris was getting his start at the time, and in this film, Bruce Lee was putting like a lot of real martial artists in the film, and he fights Chuck Norris in a Roman Coliseum, if I remember correctly. Which I think I have that one here. I have a few of the Bruce Lee things around here. So let me grab a couple of my other ones. I'll let you see my small, modest collection of. I agree, Michael. Of hope that was okay. Whatever it was, I'm sure it's okay, man. Just put my stream on. Oh, thank you, actually. That has been amazingly awesome. I was a bit bummed about my stream a little bit the last one I did. But Brian, to be honest with you, when you put it up there, that really, really meant a lot to me. Hey there, Joseph. Yeah, this is going to be something, Mike, that's going to be amazingly awesome and well worth getting. We all know that there's been several attempts at doing Bruce Lee box sets throughout the years, and none of them has been as comprehensive as this. And we all know about some of the quality issues in some of the earlier Bruce Lee box sets that are right there, including the Shout Factory big one that came out that had people kind of being hemming and hawing, being kind of iffy about it. I'm going to show you my collection of my very small collection of martial arts, which my kids were, in no uncertain terms, telling me I have to get more of. But just give me a second, and I'm going to get 1 or 2 more. It's just over there, and then we are going to start talking martial arts. So we'll see where it goes from there. While I'm doing that, I want you all to think about your favorite Bruce Lee film, your favorite martial arts films. Because we're gonna talk about that, and your favorite Bruce Lee clone. If you're into the Bruce Lee clone era stuff, I want to know what your favorite one is. Do you have one that sticks out? And I apologize to Ned already, but my leg is killing me. Alrighty. Ready for some touch of Zen. Game of Death 2 is one that you like. One of the best Bruce Lee clone movies that you like. I remember seeing like a bunch of them. I went through a whole Bruce Lee phase and then followed up with the Bruce Lee clone phase. Here's a these. Dreadnought. Enter the Dragon's your favorite. Fantastic film, Culture Training. Showdown no Tokyo. That doesn't get enough credit. That one also had Dolph Lundgren in it, right? Rumble in the Bronx. Yeah, the Rumble in the Bronx was for a lot of North Americans. Well, a lot of Americans especially. Rumble in the Bronx was their first Jackie Chan introduction. If they were younger when it came out, because his earlier stuff that he did in America didn't exactly make it so well over here. But here in where I'm from, I lived in a small area, and we had a theater there, like this tiny theater, and it couldn't show a lot of new films, right? So it showed a lot of like Bruce Lee and Bruce Lee clone stuff, and a lot of Giallo stuff like Argento and Martino and stuff like that. So even though it was like, it was older, that's a lot of what they'd show. So I got some martial arts style films here that I'm going to show off. Well, first let's show off what I think this is one of the first Bruce Lee box sets that was Chuck Norris nice? Let's see, like. One of the original Bruce Lee box sets that came out is this one right here. This is Bruce Lee Ultimate Collection. I remember being super excited to find this at the time. I like Police Story a lot, actually. And there wasn't a lot to it. There wasn't like a bunch of features, stills, galleries, and like outtakes and that type of stuff. A couple interviews, but I like the way that it was done at the time. Well, this Criterion release had the original languages. I think so, AME. From what I can tell, it does look like that. Whoops, I kind of kicked myself there. So here's I'll show you the covers on these really quickly. It's a big boss. Not exactly the greatest covers, but hey, what the heck, right? Game of Death 2. These are not the greatest transfers, by the way, just to let you know. Game of Death. I do like this cover, though. Fists of Fury. And the one with Chuck Norris, Way of the Dragon, which I think was called something else. Return the Dragon, or something like that. Here in North America, or on re-release. Raid Redemption. Oh, see, I don't have any newer like martial arts films. Now, if you're looking to get older martial arts films, or the Bruce Lee stuff, or the clone stuff, especially the clone stuff, and you're not quite sure what your bag is yet, or which ones like really interest you, I do recommend picking up this here. This is Kung Fu Trailers of Fury, and it is there's two of these. There's a Return of Kung Fu Trailers of Fury as well. They were put up by Severin, and they are trailer tapes, Kung Fu trailer tapes. Oh, the Ip Man series is great. I definitely recommend checking these out. They're done with Rick Mars, who wrote the book, of course, on Kung Fu films. He's like one of the renowned experts. He actually does I think a audio commentary and a featurette on here for the first one, and I'm not sure if it's an audio commentary on the second one or not, but definitely worth checking out if you're into Kung Fu, martial arts films. This needs to be in your collection. I'm sure Amy has this, but if you don't have it, I strongly, highly, 110% recommend it. Now, I'll be honest, I hadn't planned to make a video tonight because I wasn't feeling the best, so I'm not quite sure how long this video is going to go, but we'll see. We'll take it. If you want the martial arts of the greatest caliber, then obviously you're looking for Barry Prima. I love Protector films, actually. The first one especially. Barry Prima plays. You just look this up. Just all I can say is you Google it. Yeah, Google or YouTube this. Actually, I didn't plan to be on at all tonight, to be totally honest with you. But the announcement was really big, and I knew it was something that you guys want to talk about. I haven't been feeling the greatest all day, so we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Um, I wouldn't say this is later. Like I did a lot of ones later before. I guess if anything, this is kind of going back to the norm. And I'm finding that even though I work, sleeping has been a bit of an issue for me and for a lot of people lately. I've heard that sleeping has been one of those things that people have been kind of like iffy on. Uh, it's affected people's sleeping patterns. Now, the last DVD before we get into the Blu-rays is the Jackie Chan one. And I bought this one at a Dollarama. It's Jackie Chan's 8-film collection. And this was put up by Timeless, I think. Yeah, it's Timeless. And we got like Battle Creek Brawl, City Hunter, Crime Story, Magnificent Bodyguards, Police Story 2, Dragon Fist, and The Protector. And the crazy part about this is, I'm using a lot of energy then because I'm tired all the time, is these 8 films were put on 2 discs. Yeah, you might, I wouldn't, I haven't watched a lot of it, Mike. Though 8 films on 2 discs, I guess there's going to be a bit of a compression issue with that. I'll be honest with you there. And some ones I bet to show you have never been opened up. I picked up a Shout Factory documentary on Bruce Lee called I Am Bruce Lee. It has a weird UFC, well, no, kind of like a mixed martial arts like slant within this documentary. It's a good documentary, a good documentary, but there's a weird slant with mixed martial arts in this documentary. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's one I forgot to bring over. It's called Showdown, actually, and that was the guy that created Tai Bo. Actually, that plays the janitor. I Am Bruce Lee. It was a fun one. We actually enjoyed that one. Now, all of these here come from like Shout Factory, or kind of like Shout Fortune Star. Billy Blank's right on. The Tai Bo guy, Showdown. It's an MVD rewind collection. Are we going into how Bruce Lee died? Well, there's all kinds of rumors about that, and some people think he didn't die at all, and some people think it was a mafia hit. It was like a Chinese yakuza type of hit. So there's all kinds of stories behind it. It's an interesting thing to talk about. So originally, Shout put out some like iffy quality double features on Blu-ray from Bruce Lee ones. They put out the Way of the Dragon and Game of Death as a double feature. They're okay for watches. I don't recommend these as like being. Maybe he is. That's why the room's secret, because Bruce Lee's like secretly hiding there. Brandon, yeah, unfortunately, the Big Boss and Fists of Fury. Now the Big Boss is the one with the ice factory, right? I like the Master, actually. No, don't think going in expecting like an amazing amount of martial arts, but there is some cool like ninja stuff in there. Like Shokuzuji is in it, and they do have like a martial artist like playing Lee Van Cleef's part. Hey, Leroy, welcome, man. It's been a while, dude. And I enjoyed it. I got it over there. The Crow needs a good addition. You guys remind me of martial arts films I got that I didn't realize I had. So yeah, The Master, I got that too. Pretend I just showed it to you. It's a really cool one to pick up if you like the kind of like the 80s TV shows. It is cheesy fun. See, I should have known. So I got to put martial arts in my. Apparently, I had to put martial arts on my screen to get Leroy to come in here. Leroy. Leroy is kind of the martial arts guy that I know. Whenever there's a something, when I'm looking at movies to buy, uh, and they have martial arts in them, Leroy's pretty much the guy that I ask. Just so you guys know, when I was buying some Shout Selects that were selling out at the time, I had a big conversation with Leroy trying to figure out which ones to get first, and I'll show you those two in a second. I also got the Jackie Chan double feature, Crime Story and The Protector. What's really neat about this one, and as I said, I always keep the stickers, is that that bonus Jackie Chan's cut of The Protector is on here because he really didn't like the original cut of Protector. This one has like deleted scenes, director interviews, trailers, behind the scenes featurettes. So definitely kind of a cool one. Very cheap too. I bought it for like $5. Next up was Battle City Brawl and Battle Creek Brawl and City Hunter. Now this was called something else when I saw it. This was not called Battle Creek Brawl. And I am definitely sure one of you guys are going to know the actual name of this movie, because Leroy, what's the actual name of Battle Creek Brawl? Because when I saw this movie, it definitely was not called Battle Creek Brawl. It had a completely different name on it. And for the life of me right now, I don't remember what that name is. But Battle Creek Brawl was not it. I remember the director, he was talking about the director not letting him do any of his Jackie Chan type stuff actually in the film. No, From the Bronx is a much later one. The Big Brawl, thank you. That's the one, it's the Big Brawl. These, as far as I know, I think they are. I find mine a giant tiger. So if you're in Canada, if you're like, say you got a Dollar Tree, something like that, sometimes like extras of these pop up. The I Am Bruce Lee ones and these here all showed up at a Giant Tiger for me. Right on Venom. It is the Big Brawl, and that's what I saw it as. In theater, no less. There's a lot of cool Jackie Chan movies that I don't have, unfortunately. Now, Shout Select initially put out like 4 Bruce Lee films. I have 2 of them. Oh my God, Sonny Chiba. I made a lot of films. I actually got a Sonny Chiba TV series here too somewhere that he did, which I gotta remember the name of. 88 Films have been killing it with their Jackie Chan releases, and I don't have one of them yet. I had planned, Leroy, to basically be over in Morocco this summer, and I was going to be making a trip to London for October to go and buy some stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be in either Morocco or London in October. Just saying. So I have here Return of the Dragon, otherwise known as The Way of the Dragon. This is the one with Chuck Norris. You can see a stashless Chuck Norris right there on the cover. Not a bad one, actually. Decent stuff. We got like auto commentary with Mike Leader on here, on title sequences with Sammo Hung, Simon Yam, and Wang Jin. Kung Fu, John Ben remembers Return of the Dragon. We're gonna get some like quality stuff that I don't know about it on here. Fists of Fury. Now this is my personal favorite. Everybody loves it. I love Enter the Dragon, but out of the early stuff, this tends to be my personal favorite because I like the story in this one best. And this is the one. Oh, I love Rapid Fire. That's directed by Dwight Little, actually. Hey there, Bavilion. Welcome back. It's directed by Dwight Little, who directed Halloween 4. You'd be surprised, Cube Glover, how many of these companies are like almost mom and pop type of shops, where there's like, the people doing the restorations, it could be like 1 or 2 people. There's actually a cartoon. God does cartoons too. That's I think is pretty much one guy operation. It was like classic animation. So this is the one that was done with the Ice Factory. Love this movie. And it's Again, this one had a Brandon Bentley commentary under there, and he's doing a commentary. Well, I think the Enter the Dragon reboot film. I don't know if I've seen the Enter the Dragon reboot film. To be totally honest with you, uh, maybe I did and I forgot it. So that's not a good sign. You think I'm talking about the Big Boss? Well, the weird thing is that, see this one here? This is the Big Boss. Now, the thing was that, and those guys in here probably tell you better, but Fists of Fury was Big Boss had to be renamed. Fist of Fury had to be renamed, right? Because he'd already used the title. Okay, there's a big story behind it. I remember when I was watching it. Like, there's a mix-up. They'd used the title Fist of Fury before, and so they had to change it around. Anybody know the story behind that? Because I did, but I don't remember. It was in the documentary, actually, that I watched. It was in an interview. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. That's the 2000s or the 90s one. I haven't seen the latest one. I like whatever that latest one was. I haven't seen that one. This one I think I've seen. This one was okay. This one I kind of enjoyed. I'm drinking. Yeah, maybe. Nineties. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. That was fun for what it was. That's with Jason Scott Lee or something like that on it. I can't remember the actor was right now. But he's one of those guys did a few like that style of film. I thought I did a good job for what he had to do. It's really hard to get like I know they recently in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you know, they had Bruce Lee in that one as well for, you know, kind of a cameo type thing, an actor playing Bruce Lee, who did a cool job for the way they had him doing. But yeah, no, there's a story behind the Big Boss where they had to change the name. Like it was called Fist of Fury in one place, and it was called the Big Boss in another. So there's two Fists of Fury. There's Big Boss Fist of Fury, and there's Fist of Fury, which at one place I think was called New Fist of Fury. I think later on there's another movie that was done that might have been called New Fist of Fury. It's confusing. Isn't it confusing? Naming, film naming. It's an odd and weird thing. I had planned to do some more research into this tomorrow, but obviously research was not done tonight. So if you're new to my channel, I usually do more research than this. Shaolin Soccer. I don't remember it well, actually. To watch foreign arts movies, film dubbed or normally subtitled. Though for some of the martial arts films, I will watch some of those with dubs. It depends on the type of mood I'm in. If it's like a Bruce Lee, kind of like the Bruce Lies or the clone type ones, I'll tend to watch a lot of those dubbed because that's how I remember seeing them in like theaters or when I was renting them on VHS back in the day. And they have some of the greatest like bad dubbing out there, and I just you utterly love like it's one of the things like some of the Godzilla movies, right? You want to get that kind of like that cheesy dub feeling, that like Saturday afternoon matinee type of feeling to it. Rikio. I did order the Vinegar Syndrome Jolly set. I've heard great things. I have not seen any of the three films, to be honest with you. These are three Jollies that I don't think I've seen. So that was, as soon as that was the thing, when I looked at it and said, I don't own any of these freaking films, I knew immediately I had to have them. There was no way I could not have like those three. And that's a Vinegar Syndrome box set. And from the other two Vinegar Syndrome box sets, I think we can say pretty confidently that it's going to be a quality box set. That's that's definitely going to, I'm excited about that. Apparently, I spoke to Emily today, and she got her unobstructed view order, shipment notification. I haven't got mine yet. I'll let you know when I do, because that means it's coming closer to me doing my unobstructed view unboxings on here. which will eventually lead into my 2 director series episodes that I'm going to be doing in the near future. I am definitely, is everybody down with the Criterion box set? Is everybody going to be buying that? I know a lot of people got like different like DVD versions or different like Blu-ray versions of a lot of the Bruce Lee films, where they got like the Steelbook or one of the the Digipack, whatever, for the End of the Dragon, or they got like various editions of some of the earlier Bruce Lee ones that came out there. Is everybody excited and getting ready to buy this set? Because I know I'm excited and ready to buy this set. So this is 2 big like Asian sets that's come from that are coming from Criterion this year. We got, and yes, I put them in the same quality because this is me. Gamera is coming in July. And no, it's Arrow. Sorry, I got Godzilla was the one. That was last year. My God, see how good Arrow is that I got them mixed up with Criterion. That's how good Arrow is. That's how I won Brian over. So we got the Gamera set that's coming out in July. Originally was coming in May, but it got pushed back to July. It is going to be exciting, man. And we have the Bruce Lee Criterion set. And what's the release date on that? I forgot to check. I do apologize. I was going to check the release date on the set. So let's go to Criterion Collection, which I'm sure they're going to have that like posted up on there. Pre-order now. Let's go to pre-order now. I'm not going to pre-order right now because obviously I can't afford it. But July 14th. Nice. 8746. It's a 7-disc set. You're quick there, Mike. It's a 7-disc set, and man, it should be amazing. It really, really should be an amazing set. I got to get like what but sorry, Raid Redemption. It's a good film, actually. The Raid films are really good. What I do have to say too is I don't have any of them yet, and I'm sure Leroy will have some, and some more of you guys here will have them as well. But 88 Films are doing like a martial arts series that they do. It's got a lot of like other martial arts and kind of like mystical ones as well. But they got this whole Asian series of films, and I don't have any of them. I got like their slasher classics collection, and I'm remiss in the fact that I don't have any of the Asian like films from 88 Films, and I've heard that that they do really good jobs with them, and they put out some classic films there, not just the Jackie Chan ones, which are fantastic, but they've also put out some super classic martial arts and Asian horror as well in their Asian cinema series. So those are definitely ones that I want to dive into one of these days, and just like when I got some extra bones on me, just go and grab like a bunch of them and like get them, come unbox them here, do a review. I know that 88 Films used to have like a lot of sales come on, and a lot of like collections put together sets. They don't do that so much anymore, but when I used to order from 88 Films, you could buy like 5 or 6 like Blu-rays in a set. They get a start in a collection. They have ones for the Asia ones, and they have ones for the slasher classics collection ones, and they even had a cult cinema collection that they used to do. But it seems like they've moved away from that, which is kind of a shame. Now, Criterion has definitely released a lot of Japanese films. I got a lot of them here. I'm not sure if you consider martial arts or not. Zariichi, I have the Zariichi set. Of course, that's over in I think that's over in Morocco. No, the set's still here because my sets are still here. The Samurai trilogy I got there as well. Of course, 7 Samurai everybody has, and a few other like samurai style films. But I just didn't include that when it comes to the martial arts stuff. I probably should have, to be honest with you. Would have made my martial arts collection look a little bit more impressive anyway. Now, Trini, would you consider the martial arts series put up by 88 Films to be like a quality series? Because I'm sure you and Leroy got them all. Leroy thinks they are. So, Armor of God, Chinese Zodiac. Which one's that? That's one, the Armor of God. Now, of course, Criterion also put out the Jackie Chan double feature as well. And I think, and I'll be honest, like I know the kind of like hinted at like the martial arts set earlier in the year, but like some people thought it might be Bruce Lee, but when I saw the Jackie Chan one, I thought, okay, the Bruce Lee thing isn't coming, so I was wrong, and I'd be first to admit that. Did you see Samurai Sen Samurai Kurosawa? Yeah. I'm trying to find the 80 Films website here now because they did used to put out like some, they used to have really good deals. I'm not sure. Anybody order from 88 Films like on a regular basis? Like did a lot of Shaw Brothers stuff. There. So let's go to their Asia collection here. 88 Asia collection. So here's some of the stuff that they put out in on there, and some of these are on sale right now. Well, sale prices are a little steep, but still, some sale they say sale prices. So they got the Protector, Jackie Chan, the Protector here, brand new 2K restoration, Battle Creek Brawls here, Snake and Crane, Arts of Shaolin, Dragon Fist, Drunken Master is one of my favorite Jackie Chan films. Drunken Master 2 especially. That's my favorite of the two of them actually. There's my the one, I will say that right now. Maybe heresy, but I like Drunken Master 2 better than Drunken Master. Though they're both good, but I like the second one better. Kill with Intrigue is here. The Vengeful Beauty. Human Goddess. Oh, they do have bundles still. So, like for instance, right here, like for £50, you can get a bundle of 5. Let's see what they are. Come on, let's see what they are. Bride from Hell, Bewitched, to Casino Tycoon. It looks like a newer one. The Brave Archer, and One Armed Swordsman. One Armed Swordsman is actually pretty good. That one I remember. And I do kind of remember the Brave Archer as well. I would definitely do like a. Am I a fan of? I am actually a fan of westerns, Chris. I I'm supposed to have done like a spaghetti western thing with Jace on here, and Jace is probably super angry with me right now because I'm so like behind on all that stuff. You have no idea. The Bride from Hell, the Flying Guillotine. I actually like Flying Guillotine a lot. Mighty Peking Man's here, Killer Constable, Masked Avengers, The Oily Maniac, Seeding of a Ghost, House of Traps, this nerdy one, 5 Elemental Ninjas. So yeah, Black Magic, Hex, a lot of really cool stuff on here. So if you're looking to get some martial arts stuff, 88 Films got some good stuff. And what's it? This is Second Sight or BFI that put out some of those Jackie Chans as well over in the UK. Eureka, it's Eureka. Eureka put out some Jackie Chan stuff. Now they go to print pretty quickly. I think they put out these Jackie Chan like box sets. Eureka did. So like a big box, like like the Hills of Eyes are done with the with Arrow, kind of like that, or the Second Sight when they did their like the Changeling and like all their like the Solemn and stuff like that. So yeah, there's stuff like that to check out as well. Mighty Peaky Man is fun. I actually saw that one initially because that wasn't one of the early ones I saw. I saw that one. I remember getting it at what's this, Blockbuster or something like that, because it was like it was put out here in North America later from Quentin Tarantino's company actually, and that's where I saw that one. AME agrees with me on Drunken Master too. Hey Brandon, welcome man. Welcome to the cult. We're talking martial arts. We're talking about the big box that's coming out from Criterion. We're also talking about the Bolo Young double feature and 88 Films, excellent martial arts stuff, and the Eureka stuff as well. That's actually a good question. Like, are productions of other editions certain expensive to do, therefore limited copies? I think for some cases it is the case of like limited, of like of expense, and other times it's the fact that like physical media is looking definitely more towards a collector's market right now. You're not getting as many people that'll like put the bones into stuff like this. So the best way to do it is to give it a limited run and and shove on all the bells and whistles. That's one of the big things. So physical media that's selling right now, aside from like the cheaper stuff at your local Walmart or your Target, wherever, that's the it's the bouquet labels that are keeping that, in my opinion anyway, are keeping physical media alive. And I can't like fault people like on like when they want to stream stuff, because let's be honest, it's very convenient, it's very easy, it's very cheap for a lot of people as well. And some people don't mind if they don't own the movie or they don't have the movie, and they're like, okay, I've watched the movie, I don't have to see it again. Like not everybody's like me who needs to like dive into all the special features and like listen to the commentaries and watch the movies over and over again and not get around to certain movies because of that. That's a good thing. I mean, that's a really good question. Have physical media sales like peaked up ever since the lockdown? I would definitely say that there's definitely more of them, especially when you get there. You know, there's everything's throwing stream services at you and they're giving like free months and stuff like that. But as people start to look through stuff and start to realize that a lot of movies that they want to watch, they just aren't available on any streaming service or to download like through nefarious purposes. Then you realize, yeah, there's a lot of movies in order to watch them. You got to go out and get them. Now I know all the streaming sites. I know all the all the like the other sites too. And I'm doing a Jess Franco like video in the future. So that's one where that's going to be an out of pocket expense for me, uh, because they're not like most of the Jess Franco stuff that I want to watch isn't available for download or streaming or anything like that. In order for me to get it and like to look at some of like definitely some of the films that I want to talk about on this channel here, I have to buy them myself. Because unlike some bigger channels, well, you know, nobody sends me stuff. You know, no company sends me anything. Uh, so when I have, that's why certain videos are spaced out and take longer than others. Um, I don't trust the quality of YouTube on a lot of videos, to be honest with you. And even ones that are, I worry about like, is it cut? What cut of the film am I getting? For me, like by far and large, like I won't go for a Tubi, I won't go for a YouTube. I'll usually try whenever I can. Uh, the good one, Ken. We'll show them. I'll try and get the actual disc, especially if I get the collector's edition or if there's multiple versions of a film on there. Another martial arts one, kind of martial arts, I guess you want to call it. I got some Van Damme stuff over there, and I got like Nemesis with Olivier Grenier. Uh, that has different cuts of the film on there, and if you're just going to watch the film, it's just like a one-time watch. That's great. But if you're studying film and you're studying different directors and actors, or you have a channel like mine, and everything it kind of comes off like got to come off at least seemingly off the cuff, but you still have to have to know about the movies that you're talking about, have to watch them. Then you do have to have, in most cases, the physical releases of the films. So at least you got the different cuts and different features. One of the differences with that has been Arrow has done a really good job of putting out on iTunes certain like films with all their extras and all the different like versions. Reanimator from Arrow is a great like case of that. I have physical copies of Reanimator, but I still had to buy a digital copy of Reanimator to have the integral cut as well of the film because my version didn't have it. So when you're doing stuff like that, they're kind of look behind the curtain, a little look behind the curtain for you guys. That's what I have done. That's why sometimes when I say, okay, I'm going to do this video, and so you'll ask me later on, okay, is this video coming up? Often that's the case. Is that I'll just have to, is that like I'm waiting, either I'm waiting on funds or I'm waiting for movies to come from away. And it's probably, and that's a great question, by the way. So it's an amazing thing to ask. So like for streaming, yes, for like if you're home and you're on your own and you just want to watch a film, like there's some good streaming sites there. Criterion also does a good job when it comes to having features for certain ones. I don't have the Criterion channel anymore, and I am seriously thinking about getting like sucking up to my better half. Don't know the Chinese connection to music uh, at all, or I would give it a shot. But we spent a bit of money on the Nintendo shop the other day, like not much, like $20, buying like $30 actually. We bought Monopoly and Clue, so we could play them together. Yeah, I've got a feeling, Warlock, that both if you got the and sets come from Amazon dot UK, then they're going to be kind of like delayed like mine. I'm pretty sure that my Doctor Who set's going to get delayed. Yeah, the Kill Bill ones, I have those, so they're fantastic. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like a collector, if you're a collector, 9 times out of 10, if you're a collector, like I'm a collector, you don't see, you don't always look and see, okay, these are the movies I got. You look and you see, okay, these are the movies I don't got. It is perfect. It's collector mentality, is what it is. Like, I'll I get people that come down here, like when we used to have people, and we have somebody in like look, like checking on the gas line and reading the meter, stuff like that, or they had to come down to bring some things down here, and they'll look around and they're like, "Holy crap! So this is your movie library," and they say it like, "I can't believe you have that many films," and I say it like, "Oh, there's so many that I don't have." It's just it's the mindset. Actually, I like the Beverly Scott films. The third one was okay on, but hey there, Scholar. Uh, but the first two, I love them. And Hawaii Five O, that nothing beats Hawaii Five O. I got the big box set, the the classic one. I love the classic Hawaii Five O. I got a. If this is your first time here, I'm not quite sure. Uh, I've had a few mics come in, but I actually have a room back there that I go to sometimes, and all it is like TV. I got like a complete like another like library of like just TV shows. We did like yesterday. We sat down. And we watched like Murder She Wrote, like 10 episodes in a row. We have 5 films that you didn't have. You got more the 5 films that I don't have. More than likely, you got a great collection of some stuff there. Scott, are you excited? Are you excited about the big announcement? Are you excited about Bolo Young double feature? Oh yeah, and the Criterion one with Bruce Lee. Oh, hopefully this won't be your last time, Mike. Hopefully you enjoy it. Everybody say hi to Mike. He's a first timer here. Say hi to a first timer in the cult, guys. Because you're all very friendly, right? A lot of these guys here have their own channels as well, Mike, and do some incredible stuff. So definitely check out these names here for channels of their own, because they do some amazing stuff here. They put out this big set, and it's heavy as heck, of like Hawaii Five O. It's a big long set. And I'm a huge Hawaii Five-O fan. William Smith was in the last season, actually. I'm a big William Smith fan, as my dad is too. He's he's an actor. I'm sure he is. But he was in the last season of Hawaii Five-O. The Raven. I barely even remember the Raven. I remember the Crow TV series with, what was his name? It was the Damascus. God, the guy who's in the new Hawaii Five-O series. He's the bad guy. He was in Iron Chef America too. And he did a few martial arts films that I enjoyed. My God, why can't I remember his name right now? I am kind of a slasher guy. What's for music? I'll definitely check it out, because I actually listen to music. People keep getting me to listen to Bandmate. You used to be able to click on people's like picture and go to their channel, but apparently YouTube has changed that. Now, for people that watch my channel, like, or come in late and like go back to watch it later, I've noticed that recently for streams especially, that my thing, like, you can watch it, but it'll go into processing for like 12 hours or so, 12 to 24 hours, so that you can still watch the stream, but on my side it'll be in processing. So we lose funds that way when for monetized. But not only that, but you can't see the talking part of the video, like right here, like people are talking back and forth, and it's coming down as I'm seeing it on my screen, and looking at it on my phone. Now, if you were to go like tomorrow morning look at this, you wouldn't see that initially. You'd have to wait a few hours, and then you'd get the talking portion of it. And that's because YouTube has taken to kind of like letting the video go, but actually kind of just sticking it in processing for around 12 hours or so, before the comments go through on a non-live stream. So basically, all the comments are here while it's live. The comments aren't here for a few hours after it's not live, and then they show up afterwards. Just so for people that that are new, or people that have wondered with that, because I got a couple of questions about that recently. People that have come in, and yeah, that's one of the most asked questions recently. I've had people actually like text me on it. Fedora. And so for me, who don't always get to see everything, like especially when sometimes there's like 30 or more people here, like, and there's a lot of comments that kind of free flowing back and forth. If I miss something and I say, okay, I want to come back and check it out later, then then I have to wait a little bit longer now. Have you seen The Nest? Have you talking about the one with cockroaches? Yeah, we get hit a lot now, crater-wise. That's why you see a lot of us like going for. Yeah, I actually have that one. It's got Lisa Langolis in it. See, she's a Canadian like scream queen, kind of an exploitation like heroine type thing. She probably best known for like Class of 1984 is probably the one she's best known for. I don't like insects, so I got the movie in my collection. I saw it years ago. I have not like, yeah, I remember. I have not got the nerve up, I guess, K-Dog, to go and check it out again. But I definitely I have it in my collection. I was at a record store in St. John's when I lived there, and I'd go in there every once in a while, and I just check their Blu-ray section, and I found their and I found it there for like, I think like $6. So I definitely pick it up. A Scream Factory for $6, I had to grab it, even if I can't watch. Look, I'm a really big wimp when it comes to insects. So like, period. The right now it's like we're getting like a whole, like we're getting ants start to come out again, and I'm like, I hate ants. So that's like that's been a big thing with me. But cockroaches are the worst. They're definitely pushing out a more mainstream stuff. We do need, I say, Warlock, what we need is somebody to take the initiative and start something that people, that indies, that like focuses on independence, and like a YouTube for independence. That's kind of that's thing. And right now, when you really think about it, no, a lot of people's channels are hindered in the way that, like even the bigger people are hindered in the same way that that some of the smaller channels are. It's like they can't get to their studios, they can't do stuff, so they're doing a lot of their stuff from home. That's why you're seeing a lot of like different stream stuff show up, instead of like you'll see like SJU, the Screen Junkies Universe, right? Which Dan Merle's actually just leaving. Now there's stuff, there used to be like in-house, they had a studio, all that type of thing. Now everything's being done. Like, I guess they're, whether they're using Zoom or House Party or something like that, that's what they're doing there. And some of the wrestling channels, I know that Wrestle Talk does Quizlemania, and I think they use StreamYard to do that. Well, the thing is thing like that. Always check, by the way, guys, when you pop into my channel, check to make sure you're still subscribed, because recently I've noticed that, and this happens every once in a while. YouTube, I'll go into a channel that I regularly watch, I'll look at it, I'm not subscribed to it again. YouTube's unsubscribed me from the channel, and I have to resubscribe to that channel. And that can be even like bigger channels, like Dr. Woofley and stuff like that. I recently watched a Dr. Woofley video, and I looked at it, I'm like, how come I'm not subscribed to Dr. Woofley? How come notifications aren't turned on? I've had to resubscribe and return on notifications for a lot of videos in the last little while. So just a heads up, if anybody's been having issues like that, just check to make sure that the notification thing is still on, and that you're still like subscribed to the channel. I think they're very, very sneaky, actually. For some of you guys here, like some of you guys have been following me for a long time, some of you newer here, I've been doing this for about like 8 or 9 years right now. I have a smaller channel. It's always been a smaller channel. At this point, at 8 or 9 years, this is about where my audience like is gonna be. It's not gonna go too much higher than this. That and I'm not like using fancy editing software. I'm doing everything live. So though I do have some fancy editing software, I just don't use it. What is everybody's thoughts on that? Has anybody been using YouTube more now than they did before? Because of like this, because like your TV shows have stopped, or a lot of shows have stopped production. Even your wrestling shows are like empty arena stuff. I'm finding that like more people are coming on, and more people are telling other people about videos and channels and stuff like that right now. That it's a great time to like really kind of like hopefully pivot your channel, if you have one there, guys, and let people know, because like podcasts and videos, and I'm doing a podcast video in the near future, because I know that podcasts are instrumental to me, like just like keep my sanity when I'm in bed. Obviously, I don't have like my YouTube on when I'm going to sleep, but I will have podcasts on, and sometimes if I'm just reading too. Because I do this thing called reading as well. Sometimes I'll like Just a Disc on with Brian Sauer. I got like Screamcast, Shockwaves, Pure Cinema. There's so many of them actually I could talk about. Yeah, YouTube, you see the person's face. I get that too, but I do omniscient. One of these days, I'm gonna do a podcast too, and people wonder if my podcast is gonna be video oriented. Like too, probably not. It's probably gonna be like audio along with this. And some of them will be video when I do it like kind of double. So I'll be doing both. I am still working on doing a Facebook page as well. That's going to take a little bit, but I want to have a Facebook page for this here channel. I want to be able to keep you guys connected even when I'm not online, stuff like that, so that we can build a bit of a community here, which I think we have done. We've built a pretty good community, but just so you guys can interact and hopefully still come in, and I want to make this kind of a full like experience. That's like since I've started going live, that's been my thing, is to make sure that everybody comes in here, nobody feels left out, everybody feels that they can enjoy the videos that I am doing, and hopefully you do. Even though today was kind of like a slimmer video, where we just talked about some martial arts stuff, and I was not the martial arts expert in this room. I was definitely the AME, Leroy Green, all those guys. Scotty, yeah, you're right, Scotty. I gotta check something. It's gonna take me a second here. Yeah, I was trying to find something, but I couldn't find it. I will find it later. I'm trying to find Mike's channel so I can subscribe to it. But YouTube on the phone is actually not that great. As you can see, I'm going in a in a different angle today. And the reason, because normally, I'll show you guys what I normally do. It's angled over here, because a lot of people have comments on, oh, and I got to put the wrong way. My, hold on. Y'all want to, y'all. My leg's been particularly bad the last 2 days. I don't exactly know what the hell's wrong with it, but it is what it is, I guess. I put the Russ Myers box set normally there, but I was doing this video and I had to change. The stream disconnected, and what I had to do was move the angle. And my better half was watching the video, and she's like, "I like that new angle where you can see the Sid Haig picture and the Doug Bradley picture in the background." So, oh, movie library wise. But normally this is where I go. Gotta move some of the stuff over because I have to move over a bit. Because, hey Marvel fan, welcome man. Welcome to the movie library. I am, and welcome to the cult. I'm kind of tired, but I'm doing this video here tonight, and I do apologize if I do seem like I'm a little out of it. Thank you, George. Now this is only part of it. Like, as you guys know, that I do have the other room, which is what I call my secret room, which is my TV collection of. And upstairs I have the 2 glass cases, is where I put my bigger sets, like my big Harry Potter set. What TV was in front of me? That's and I got where I retro game a lot. I've got 2 32-inch CRT TVs, and that I use. That one actually, the sound just went on the Sanyo that I got. So I can't watch your game on that one so much anymore. But I do have a 32-inch CRT TV upstairs as well. And I got a smaller, I guess, 12-inch one that I use if I want to just like to hook my Atari or hook the PlayStation 2 and play some gaming on it as well. Do I own the classic? Because I can actually do it today. It's going to be a bit of... Let's do this anyway. Although my leg is kind of iffy because my video... There wasn't too many big announcements. Let's go. Let's check it out. So this is my other room. This is where my... yes, I do use an NES light gun. This is where I do a lot of my TV stuff. So I got Dallas over here, but I guess since it was mentioned, this is the Hawaii Five-0 box set. I'm a huge fan of this series, by the way, the classic series. This is heavy as heck. A couple years ago, Amazon did like an Amazon Day, you know, their Prime Day sale, and they had a bunch of shows on sale, and I grabbed Hawaii Five-0. This is one of my better half's favorite shows. I am a Dallas fan. I have a complete collection of the series from the first one. Where's the slipcover for that one at? And right on up to the last season, and then the movie collection as well. And I have also, because they put them out on the first 2 seasons of Knots Landing, which was a spin-off of Dallas, but was originally supposed to be an original show. You got things like Hogan's Heroes, Three's Company, X-Files. In here, classic that I watched when I was a kid, like who was the hottest actress on Dallas? I like Deborah Shelton, but most people are going to tell you Pam, the girl that played Pam. She was definitely the shapely lady, that's for sure. She had the curves in all of the right places. I got to see these comments here, so make sure I don't miss anything. Do I like Saved by the Bell? I actually did. I mean, like you may like a lot of people say it's like okay, it's super cheesy, but that's what Saved by the Bell, a show like Saved by the Bell is supposed to be. It's supposed to be cheese. It's supposed to be kind of like wonky and stuff like that. And somewhere here, I do have a couple seasons of Saved by the Bell, but I can't quite find it right now. Now, over here, One Years is fantastic. Autofocus, actually, I like that film. Of course, I watched the episode of Murder She Wrote and it had Ben Broder in it. He's from Farscape. That's my better half's favorite sci-fi series. And I have like a lot of the mystery shows like Cracker and Murder She Wrote, Matlock. I'm a huge fan of like of animation. So I gotta have. I'm gonna trying to make the. I got the Transformers there. I don't have the new OFFO series. I think I got like a season or two of it here somewhere. But I don't have much of the new series. I've been kind of waiting for it to end so I can buy the whole complete series. That's what I do with a lot of shows is I'll wait for the series to end. Because I started buying like seasons of shows and I find that then a big box set would come out. Like, friends, like I got only like the first couple seasons of McCloud, for instance. But I'm big on like sets. So I used to have like a season of Sanford and Son or so, I think, shows like that. So now it's got the complete series. Yeah, I think it is still going on. As far as I know, it's still on. Hawaii Five-0 is still on the go. Unless I could be wrong. I haven't seen it in a little while, but last I heard, it was still it was still on the go. Some of my favorites in my collection are my Saint series. So I got this was put up by Network. This is a Saint. This is a monochrome series, and here is the color years. I'm a big fan of the series. What's really neat is that Ian Ogilvy, that plays Simon Templar in The Return of the Saint, does the documentaries for both these. He narrates them, and on The Return of the Saint, Roger Moore narrates it. Like Sword and Sandal stuff. Now, one thing, don't like laugh, but I was super excited when I found these in Ontario. Secret Agent Man, Danger Man. This is like the prequel series to a little show called The Prisoner, which I do have. And of course, I do like some of these bigger Mystery Science Theater sets. You got Rome? Yeah, do I have Rome here? I think I do. Like part of it anyway. I don't think I got all of it. There's 2 seasons, right? And there's things that like I just watch randomly that I like the extras with Ricky Gervais, which I actually like better than his Office series. I did like the North American version of Office better. But I really love the UK version of Skins. That's definitely the best one there. What's another great show? I've been talking about extras. I like extras. What year's on my Diagnosis Murder box set? Oh, God, I'm not even sure. Is there more than one of them? Let's see. This is VEI's edition. So it's all the seasons plus the bonus movies and that. Looks like 2016 for the Diagnosis Murder set that it came out. The thing with a lot of the TV shows is that I don't know if I'd rebuy them on Blu-ray because there's like, especially something like the Y50 or the Lost in Space. Well, Lost in Space is Blu-ray anyway. But like Burn Notice and like a lot of those shows already have really great editions. I have no actually because I got all the Andy Sedaris those so far a lot that they put out on that set, and although the set it's okay quality, it's definitely been good enough for me so far. Whereas my I Love Lucy, I've only got one season of I Love Lucy. There's a reason for that though. Actually, there was a few seasons came out really cheap at Walmart, but I always forgot to check to see which one that I had. So I was always saying, okay, I got to buy I Love Lucy, but I don't know which one to pick up because I don't know which one I got. I got all the seasons of American Horror Story so far. I know some people are not going to be too impressed with that one. Another favorite of mine, because it's one of my favorite shows, and I got to put it up here further, is the girls, guns, and G-strings one. That's the one kid I like. is Mission Impossible. I need to get the 80 series, which I did grow up with. And I love the fact that it's the way that's done in this here thing on the side. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. I gotta really start watching those again. We've been watching Murder Show recently, but I'm kind of digging on some like Hawaii Five-O and some Mission Impossible. I figure I'm gonna watch that soon. Season 2 is my favorite. Did you really receive the complete Isle of Lucy? Oh, that's cool. There's so much I got to get from that stuff. I try whenever I can find like some of those like shows that like didn't last long too. I try to grab them like that I liked. I was a really big Crime Story fan. Oh, Lady Gaga's in season starts in season 4, I think. Shush and Freak Show. No, Hotel. Shush and Hotel. And of course, Cobra. Michael Dudikoff, so I gotta have it. I know they're cheesy, but I like those shows. And some, like Beastmaster, Tech War obviously didn't last very long. But I'm super excited when I find stuff like this because this is not stuff you normally find out around there. I've seen Crime Story with Jackie Chan. Oh, yeah. I actually got that one. I showed that one here earlier. I've got all the Magnum and all the Starsky Hutch, all the A-Team, 20 Jump Street, and the Booker spinoff series, and Miami Vice right here, and Starman, which somebody mentioned here yesterday. Space 1999, one of my favorite shows of all time. A Lone Ranger, Married with Children. Yeah, I'm a big TV person too. I watch a lot of TV shows. That's one of my favorites. Wow, I don't have all the Incredible Hulk. Let me show you. So over here, right in this section right here, it's all like you see like Smallville and Superman, Lois and Clark. There's like Green Arrow. And there's like the Wonder Woman season 1. I got to get the rest of the season of that one. The Flash 90 series, Gotham. I got Incredible Hulk season 1 and season 3, so I need to get the other ones. There's 4 seasons altogether, if I remember correctly. One of the super cool ones is Captain Power. This is one that basically where you could buy toys, and the toys. Oh yeah, I love V-Man. And the toys you could actually shoot at the screen, and the screen could kind of shoot back at you. But one of the cool ones that I got, like if you're like crime shows, Stephen J. Cannell did like a lot of crime series that were super popular. And they put out this one by Mill Creek. It's called the Primetime Crime Collection. Oh, Carnival is fantastic. It's one of my favorite shows. And this is like the Stephen J. Cannell shows. So that's like fan favorite episodes for all these big series, but it has like 4 shows that didn't last that he did. It's got Missing Persons, all 18 episodes of that series, all 7 episodes of Broken Badges, all 9 episodes of Palace Guard, and all 8 episodes of Unsub, which Unsub sounds familiar, right? Because you think of Criminal Minds, but there was a series actually called Unsub, done by Stephen Cannell before Criminal Minds. I now have both seasons of Murder 1, which is a show I really liked the first season of, and I was kind of iffy on the second season, but I do have. V, of course, is here. I do need to get more Law and Order. I'm a big fan of Law and Order. This show here, if you're a UK person, you're probably going to remember The Thick of It. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you're probably going to know the guy from playing Doctor Who, because it was Peter Capaldi, who played, of course, Malcolm Turner in The Thick of It. If you like kind of like fun, like humor, and you don't mind lots and lots of cursing, then Thick of It is there for you, because this is a wicked show. I think you recently brought back the character for the whole thing that's going on right now in the world, to pretty much tell people to stay home in a way that only Malcolm Turner can tell people to stay home. Do I have the DVD set of Kolchak? I used to, but remember when I said some stuff got like stolen from me at one point? Kolchak's one of those things. I'm really hoping that Kino puts out like a, oh yeah, it's actually the origin of Veep. It eventually puts out like a Blu-ray edition, because they put out like the Outer Limits and stuff like that. They put out the 2 Kolchak movies. I'm really hoping and expecting them to do that as well. Not sure if you're still there, Mike, but big shout out to you for actually giving me the idea to come in here tonight. I do have like a bunch of like BBC shows that I'm into. So this here is one of my better half's favorite shows. She has actually, we got the original like Annie release and this release here because we wanted to make sure we had this and good one. This is Tony Curtis and Roger Moore, The Persuaders, and they put it at the same time, The Protectors, which is Robert Vaughn. Both, big, British shows that we enjoy together. We got Blackadder here as well. All Babylon 5, because I'm a big Babylon 5 fan. Was that the 60s? I think so, yeah, man. 60s or 70s? It's probably 70s, actually. In 1970, actually, right on the cusp there, man. So Persuaders is 1970, and the Protectors with Robert Vaughn, that's 1972. So a year after I was born. I got to get Veep, too, by the way. I don't have any Veep at all. I got like a lot of like things like the L Word, and because I'm a big geek and I love this stuff. Do I have Pippi Longstocking? I don't actually. I saw Pippi Longstocking in like they showed it in the theater when I was a kid. So Three's Company. I actually like this show. Do I have Weeds? I used to. Again, another one that I don't have much of anymore. But who doesn't love her? She has her legs and her are on every season box set. Are You Being Served? I love Are You Being Served? Yeah, we have it. Actually, we have the complete collection right here. Initially, though, we went to like this yard sale thing, and we found it. We're like, oh, we're so excited. And we got it home. It was only half of the series. So we got this one here, found this one online later. And Fall Guy, I thought I had the first season here, but I can't find it now. It's because I want to watch it again. I'm a huge Charlie's Angels fan, so I do have the Charlie's Angels set. But that being said, I do recommend if you don't have it to upgrade to the Mill Creek set, which is much better and has the new short-lived Charlie's Angels series from the 2000s on it as well. I'm a big Remington Steele fan. So if you're... I really love the new Charlie's Angels movie, actually. I liked it better than the older Charlie's Angels films. More action. I like the characters. I like the idea of like being like different Charlie's Angels around. And different Bosleys. I really like that idea. I didn't think I was going to. That was the thing I went in like being iffy on. But as soon as I saw it in action, I'm like... And then the movie didn't do well, and it really kind of peeved me off because I wanted to see more of it. And like when it comes to like some of the other shows, like I got like only have season 2 of Night Gallery so far. I did like Beavis and Butthead. Mr. Show, by the way, if you've never seen Mr. Show, I have the Critic. I do have the Critic, actually. That's over in the other room with the animation. I've only got the first season of Heart to Heart. And season 3, for some reason, of Kojak's the only one I got. Actually, for some reason, I know the exact reason. I don't think I got any more Kojak here. But see, HMV was selling off shows and all stuff for $1 on the last day. And we found Kojak there for $1. You see, it was like originally $45. So we grabbed that right away. Big Kojak fan, actually. Who loves you, babe? Streets of San Francisco, NYPD Blue, the first season. Mike Hammer, that's the series. He did a great job. Stacey Keach was great as Mickey Spillane. I got the complete CIS New York, which is my favorite of the CISs. Yes, even more so than the original. Because I'm a big Gary Sinise fan. Gary Sinise kind of kicks butt in pretty much everything he does. He's one of these guys that you don't expect to be like a badass, but it's kind of quite cool to him. I don't have Punky Brewster. Actually, I saw a little bit of Punky Brewster when I was younger, and it's like some of the animated series as well. But I remember more Punky Brewster from like later on when she kind of grew up. I don't think I got Alien Nation, but I really need Alien Nation. I really like that show, and did a bunch of TV movies for that one as well. I was a big fan of Alien Nation. Now, I did mention this show once, but I never showed it on here. This is the original Rebus. And if you like the kind of like the British like detective shows, this is John Hannah as Rebus. Now, another actor played Rebus for most of the series, but he did it for four films, and he's my favorite Rebus. And I think it's Ken Stott that did him. I don't have Sanctuary actually. Do I have any Xena? I only have like very little. I only have like season 6 right here. Sorry, season 6 in the Anchor Bay one, and season 4 in the re-release one. Hercules, oh yeah. Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm missing season 6, which is the last season. Hey there, Andy. All Miami Vice and all this stuff is right up there. I'm gonna buy the new Pink Panther. You mean the animated one? I want to get that for my better half. She's a huge Pink Panther fan. You guys know she's really big in animation. That tends to be her thing. So anybody that has been here before, I do have a little kind of like props and stuff in here as well. I have a lot of my kind of, see if I can show you guys this without making this fall. Oh, I'm afraid it's gonna fall. But things like the Clue VCR mystery game, various different like Blu-rays and DVDs and VHS. My Guitar Hero guitars are here as well, and things like I'm sure you guys can't see that. Let me see if I can actually show you. So around here, you see there's like a lot of kind of VHS down here. Different stuff like that. And there would be more down right here, including laser discs, signed posters and artwork. So hopefully you got to see some of that there, and that didn't go too fast or too freaky for you. So there you go. A quick look into my other room that has a lot of TV shows, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of this stuff is getting a lot of play. The only bootleg I got is the one that I showed on here one time, as was the hilarious CSI bootleg, and of course there you go. See, there's the one I was talking before, the complete, like, Are You Being Served? I got so excited, it was only series 1 to 5, then I had to rebuy it. I got the complete Harvey Birdman here, and Macmillan Wife, and Macmillan, because, you know, contract negotiations, and Macmillan Wife became Macmillan. But let's go. I do have Star Trek. I have all the original series on Blu-ray. I have the first 4 seasons of The Next Generation on Blu-ray, and season 1 of Star Trek Enterprise on Blu-ray, and I got all of Star Trek Next Generation on DVD as well. We watch a lot of like, so we got a complete Stargate on here, Stargate Atlantis. We watch a lot of like sci-fi here. My better half's a huge sci-fi person, so that's something that we definitely check out as well. Ooh. So there, if you came in here, oh yeah, Deep Space Nine. I got some of that too. Not much though. I got to get more Deep Space Nine. If this is your first time in here, you got the bonus round, because we looked at we didn't just talk about the martial arts stuff, the Criterion stuff coming out, or I do have the Star Trek cartoon series, actually, Alan. Big fan of it, actually. It's for me, it's the 4th season. I do have all Star Trek films. Some on DVD, some of them on Blu-ray. I got to get some upgraded. I got all of them on DVD with those, you know, those big, like, thicker editions that they put out. I got all of those. I collected all those originally. Family Ties. Family Ties is fun. I like Family Ties, and it's, for me, I've watched some recently, and it does stand the test of time. I watched the Tom Hanks was in a couple episodes of Family Ties. He almost became a kind of a semi-regular. He plays like the cool uncle, but he has like a drinking problem. And there's one really good episode of Family Ties where he's pretty much drinking everything. He's like going around the house, and it's kind of fun and funny at first. when he's just like drinking like the maraschino cherry sauce and all that type of stuff. Um, but it takes a bit of a darker turn, and if you've never seen like Family Ties, then that's a good episode to check out. There's a few of those like shows that have those like aggressively cool uncle exactly. Uh, Vanilla extract, thanks. That's exactly what it was. Um, Warlock, you got a good memory, man. And I watched it recently too. I've ever shown my full moon collection. I maybe I don't have a big one. I'll do it though in the near future. I I was peeved about full moon doing Corona Zombies, which is I found out more about, by the way, their Corona Zombies film. I said, that's kind of exploitive. I now, after seeing what the Corona Zombies is, I just think it's stupid because I will save you pain and suffering from watching Full Moon's Corona Zombies by telling you this. You can skip Full Moon's Corona Zombies and instead watch the movie that they took 90% of the footage from, Hell of the Living Dead, Bruno Mattei film. So Corona Zombies is this movie is a kind of a wrap around with some like kind of inserts of a very cheaply done one, and it has like some scenes from Zombies versus Strippers, but mostly it's this film right here, Hell of the Living Dead. At least 80% of the footage is from that. As you can see, my Twin Peaks is in the background there. Season 1, 2, Growing Pains. I got all the Dukes of Hazzard, actually. I got all 7 seasons. I'm a big Dukes fan. And same with me, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I got that as well. Ragman, how the hell did you do it? Did you do it in one sitting? Did you watch the Evil Bong series in one sitting? Because if you did, props, man. Especially getting through Evil Bong versus like Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. Wow, that was pain. Like I watch bad movies on a regular basis. Z grade is my thing. That's my jam. But getting through some of those Evil Bong was pretty hard. First one's definitely not too bad, but it gets down there after a while. Daughter, Daughter, and Family Ties based on the first original Critters. Has she seen Critters? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember from Critters. Maybe she is. Well, when Dukes of Hazzard was around, started coming out. Well, I was at the age. There was like a whole bunch of like these like chase movies. Like Burt Reynolds was like starring a lot of them, like Smokey and the Bandit and stuff like that. And Dukes of Hazzard was basically just that. It was one like this, the good old boys, like moonshiners, chasing, running from the law type of kind of Smokey and Bandit, like a TV series, Smokey and Bandits. I don't have the reunion films. That's the only ones I don't have. Though I was iffy on a couple of some of the reunion stuff, but it was okay. But it wasn't like great. And it shagged the new movies. Both Dukes of Hazzard with Jessica Simpson and the reunion, and the Dukes of Hazzard and Dukes of Hazzard at the beginning. Yeah, that is one of my all-time. You came to the right place. Are you really friends with the guy that played on Beachcombers? Let him know I'm a huge fan of him. Not only that, but I am one of the people that watched his spin-off series, Constable. So yeah, so if you're Canadian guys, the Beachcombers was a series that lasted here for a long time. It was the adventures of Nick Adonis and people, and Relic and all the guys around him in a small town. There was the person that Mike is talking about played Constable John Constable, and there was a spin-off series. It didn't last very long, but I actually really liked it. So you can let him know that, by the way. I actually liked the spin-off series called Constable, because his name is Constable John Constable. And I like that, like some of the Canadian shows that I watched growing up, Beachcombers, Seeing Things with Lou Ciccone, Leo DeGrande playing Lou Ciccone, and of course Hanging In, and King of Kensington are all shows that are kind of on my big wish list. When I managed to get the whole Degrassi series, that was a big thing for me. The Kids of Degrassi and like the older Degrassi series, one came on before the new series came on. But Beachcombers is high on my list of shows that I really, really like. King Kensington, you a King Kensington fan, Warlock? When he walks down the street. I'm so excited, George, about your indicator love because that is so, so cool. Now, one of the cool things about Beachcombers, by the way, was this series. And if you don't know what beachcombing is, basically they go out in a boat and they like recover like Neon Rider. Yeah, actually, and Adderley, same actor, right? Neon Rider and Adderley. Adderley was a spy show, guys. It was a Canadian spy series where he lost. He was a spy, one of the top spies, and he lost. We got one of his hands cut off, and so he wears this like glove all the time, and he works in this like kind of like this smaller division of like I can't remember what the name of the organization is though, but he works in a smaller division now because of like what's happened to him before, but he's always getting the chance to do like really dangerous jobs. It's on YouTube. It's all for King Kensington. See, I remember like because I was his wife in the first couple seasons of the show, and then she left the series, so she had to get divorced. And then he brought in like this his high school sweetheart, and then they brought in the other girl. I think it was played by Jane Eastwood at the end. If I do apologize if you're not Canadian. This does not make any sense to you. But there was a lot of really good Canadian shows back in the day. Winston Record, yeah. Both excellent shows, actually. Both excellent shows with great openings too. Uh, was anybody? I gotta say, anybody a fan of Seeing Things? Log Drives Daughters on you. Okay. Any Seeing Things fans there? Warlock, you Seeing Things fan? Do you know Seeing Things? Or Mike? I like Corner Gas a lot, actually. A company that I order from right now called Unobstructed View. They got a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of genre stuff there, and their names originally, their initial names were VSC, and that's going to sound familiar to you because you got Corner Gas seasons. So VSC was a company that released all those Corner Gas seasons, and they were extremely popular, by the way. Um, and they did so well with the Corner Gas and stuff like that that they became the distribution arm for like a lot of like genre companies and stuff like Criterion here in Canada. So VSC became Unobstructed View. So there's a connection. Do they have not the fastest? I mean, like I'm still waiting for my stuff to get like shipped. I know that I ordered stuff last week. I know things are taking longer, so it's really hard to tell. It's my first time ordering from them. I don't know if they normally have like real faster shipping, but the way things are right now, like shipping is definitely slowed down. But I know that me and Emily ordered the same. Emily's usually in here, by the way. Ordered the same on the same day. She might have even ordered the day after me, and she got a ship announcement today, and I'll probably get mine tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm hoping for tomorrow. Did you order anything from Unobstructed View this time, Warlock? Yeah, it's like basically they said like shipping like their packaging isn't great. It's like bubble mailers type of thing they use. They do all the Criterions. You buy Criterion stuff from Canada, and then it comes from Unobstructed View. Little Sobo, there's a voice keeps on calling. Yeah, I remember that show a lot actually. What I was going to say though, on the Beachcombers, I'm going to lose some viewers, but uh, the is that there's this really cool episode of Beachcombers about there's this girl named Sarah. She's like the kid character, and her she meets this like seems to be really nice hobo-ish type of guy, uh, and he kind of like he is kind of like a kind of almost like a Little Red Riding Hood type thing, where he attacks her grandmother, and like it's a really freaky episode. And God, the actor is the star of the movie, the Canadian film One Night Stand. So he's a famous Broadway and off-Broadway actor. He's won like what do you call the Broadway award again? What? I don't have Volume 5. Actually, I had to. Because of like finances, I had to cut down on Volume 5 until later on in the year. So hopefully I'll get that sometime later. Um, Excited about Volume 5 though. Yeah, why the heck did that? Is that hell for review? Oh, cancel. Cancel. Okay. I was trying to get Warlock's message out of like held status. Unobstructed View right now, yeah, they are holding a 30% off sale with free shipping all throughout Canada. So if you're in Canada, Unobstructed View has free shipping. Look through because I will be honest with you. I mentioned down there a few days ago, they have stuff that's long out of print. Danger Bay is actually one that my better half, she's from Morocco, she saw when she was younger. That's one of the reasons that she wanted to become a marine biologist, and she went to school, she went to university, and she became a marine biologist because of Danger Bay. I think you're selling something. Yeah, maybe that's it. It's so strange because like here we are like she's like way Donnelly Rhodes was Danger Bay was a big show for him. He was on Young and the Restless actually. I'm a big soap person, so I know my grandparents used to watch Young and the Restless. I was never much into that show, but I know that he was like he played a character like a big character too on Young and the Restless apparently, and of course he was on series Soap, which I did like. I recently saw him on. I was rewatching Smallville, and Donnelly Rhodes was in that. Video game guy. Which one? I'm definitely a video game guy. Uh, but I would definitely recommend checking out if you haven't seen if you're in Canada and you haven't checked out the Unobstructed View sale yet. Yeah, damn, I found out of print stuff like lying out of print stuff. King of Kong. Good, good, definitely good documentary. I've watched that one a few times, and there's definitely a villain in King of Kong. There's no like two ways about it. The guy is a super. Oh, even if you don't like, you don't have to like video games, Brian, to like this. Definitely check it out. It is such a good documentary, and like you don't have to care at all about video games. It doesn't matter. It's the human element of King of Kong and the inhuman element. No, you don't have like video games like King Kong. Basically, no, I won't tell you too much. I'm not going to tell you too much. No, it's not like that. Basically, there's a guy who's a teacher and he lost his job and he has and King Kong like Donkey Kong by the way is one of the harder like games to like to get like the big score on. So he is going in a competition in this and Donkey Kong is his game. Now there's this other guy that's had the big score for like a long time. He's definitely coasted on his local celebrity, and he's not a nice guy. You'll find out more when you watch it. Trust me. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. But it's definitely worth checking out because this isn't a guy in his basement that just is on his own or anything like that. No, this guy, he's got a wife, he's got kids, yeah, he's got a family. The other guy has gone into kind of a celebrity status type of thing. There's rivals in this. There's some underhanded stuff and some very sketchy stuff. It is one of the documentaries that if you like documentaries at all, you need to watch it, and definitely better than Tiger King. I'm sorry, but I don't get the big like hoopla around this stuff about I guess the animal abuse part of Tiger King really like took me off. You like documentaries? If it's online, so when your stream service online, or you can get fairly cheap too. By the way, King of Kong, definitely, Brian, check it out, 100%. You'll thank me for it. You'll like it. You definitely will, because you know the type of documentaries that I like, and they do kind of line up with the stuff that you like. I didn't order Beyond the Door yet, cause poorness. But eventually I want to. I know it's sold out. I'm hoping to find it. Was his son the husband she murdered? No, I haven't. I couldn't get through Tiger King. I tried, but I kept going back to the fact that these animals are being abused and stuff. And that really just took me out of it. So I didn't give a that crap. But like, I don't care if people get killed. I care for the animals. That's me. I'm an animal person. I'm an animal lover. But there you go, guys. With that being said, I try not to outstay my welcome. I am Aaron. This is my movie library. You are the cult of cinema. You guys are rock. Thank you guys, new and old, for coming in tonight. And oh yeah, you can buy DVDF on Obstructed View. Definitely check them out. Let us know next time. Come back, Mike, and let us know if you get anything from them. I went to the CAV section. I found a lot of out of print Severin there, so that's my kind of stuff. You have the Mighty Peking Man? I don't have it, actually. Thanks, kid. I see you guys later, because for me right now, it is time for tea.